Namaskar. Hello friends. Today we will discuss a very important topic for students, research scholars and also the teachers. The topic is how to prepare research proposal or synopsis or preparation of research proposal or synopsis. In CBCS pattern or in a semester pattern also, conducting research, preparing research proposal, preparing dissertation is the part and parcel in UG, PG, and other syllabus. Most of times, the students are facing a lot of problems regarding the preparing the research proposals. They have lot of the confusions also. How to prepare research proposal? What will be the systematically? What should be systematically done? So there is a lot of the problems, lot of the confusions in the mind of the students particularly, and sometimes also research scholars ask questions how to prepare a good or we can say a good goal-oriented and attractive research proposal or synopsis. Today, in simple way, I will discuss in detail how to prepare the research proposal. How to prepare the research proposal. So today we will discuss. This is the topic: how to prepare research proposal. Before discussing how to prepare synopsis or research proposal, at first you try to understand what is the research proposal. What is the importance of research proposal? Why should a researcher or an investigator, before conducting research, before doing research, should prepare the research proposal or synopsis? In simple words, a research proposal is like a blueprint to lead the research work till the end. It is a blueprint, we can say. It is a roadmap, we can say. It is also outline to conduct the research. And in other words, we can say it is a systematic plan, a detailed document which reflects the rationale of the study, objectives to be attained, and strategy to be adapted for data collection, data analysis, and discussion. It means research proposal is nothing but a blueprint, a roadmap for the why the researcher is going to conduct the research, how to conduct research, and what way or what strategies, mechanisms to be adopted for conducting research or collecting data for data analysis and discussion. So, a research proposal is a strategic plan which contains necessary details to answer the questions like what you are proposing to do, what you are proposing to, why you are proposing to do, what is your strategy or mechanism to reach at the goal, why are you selected the methods and strategies to work out the research, what will be the implication of the research you are going to conduct. So these are the we can say the major questions are answered, or major questions are answered through research proposal. Let us discuss what are the prerequisites before preparing the research proposal. The investigator or the research scholars have first prerequisite that the research scholar should have the research idea. The research scholar or the investigator, the person who is going to conduct the research, should have the clear and well defined research idea or topic in mind. Then the next prerequisite is that select an area of study. The researcher has to select an area of study in where he is very much interested, in the area in which he has the we can say the mastery or competency or his comfort to conduct the research. So whenever you are selecting the topic or the area, don't become the yes man. It means that you don't agree to your guide, don't agree to your friends that my friend is conducting this research, that's why I will also conduct it on this area. Don't think that your guide is speaking or my guide is you are advising me to do conduct in this area. You simply no. You should have the competence also. You should have the access in that area. So don't become yes man only. Sometimes you say no, or you sometimes you ask question, why should I conduct research in this area? what will be the area of the or jurisdiction of the research. So before selecting the area, you should keep in mind these things. Select an area and area according to your interest, not the compulsion of others. Your understanding, your capacity to work out. You think what is your resource available with you, what is the manpower with you, and how far you are comfortable, how far you have the understanding and conceptual clarity on the area. Then only you select the area. The very important thing is that don't be over ambitious or overconfident. Don't be overconfident that I can do so and so. Don't be over ambitious or don't be emotional also. Be pragmatist, be practical before conducting the research or before selecting the topic. And next thing is that another prerequisite is the background research. It means that conduct thorough literature review to understand the existing research on the topic and identify the gaps in the current knowledge. Before selecting the topic, to try to know the domain knowledge about the area, background research of the area, who have already conducted research on that area, what are the findings, and what is the learning you are doing, your research gap. Try to identify that thing. Then you select the area of the study. And the research objective, clearly define the objectives and goals of your research. What do you want to achieve with your study? So your research objectives should be clear, research objectives should be specific, goal oriented, achievable, measurable, and that should be attained in the stipulated time. So before conducting or before preparing research proposal, you should keep in mind these things, right? Research area, select an area of the study, background of the research, and research objectives. Let us discuss what are the common steps. This will be applicable for all type of the research. That may be your whatever it may be the research, whatever may be the subjects, you can follow these things while you are preparing the research. First thing, that title. You select a title. Select with a concise and descriptive title of your proposal. Try to understand the title should be concise. It should be descriptive title of your proposal. And whenever you are preparing or selecting the title, stay away from the emotion, unscientific, and unattainable targets. Don't be emotional. Don't select the unscientific things, unreal thing, unattainable targets. Title should not be lengthy. It should be precise. It should be lucid. Don't try to write the ornamental or pompous words. Simple words should be written. The title of the research should clearly speaks the nature and jurisdiction of your research work. So don't make your title very lengthy. Don't use the ornamental or pompous words. Don't be emotional. Be scientific and focus on the objectives to can be achieved, can be attained easily. So as research is a very scientific, organized, and goal-oriented process. So be pragmatist, be, we can say, the realist. Okay. Then second thing is the second step is the introduction. Give a clear introduction, a very we can say very lucid and the precise introduction to your research topic. Explain the significance of the research and why it is important for you. In introduction stage, you clearly write what is the significance of your research you are going to conduct and why it is important, why this research is important. Okay, and try to contextualize and justify your efforts at this stage. You try to contextualize what context you are going to conduct this research and try to justify your efforts, why you are going to do this research, what is the justice behind it, what is the justification behind. Try to give it the introduction stage. And third step is literature review. You have to go through different research articles you are related to or connected to your research area or your proposed research. Okay, so summarize the relevant literature, explains how your research fits into the existing body of knowledge, and through the review of literature you try to know the research gaps. Next is your statement of the problem. Here, dear friends, try to understand the basic differences between the title and statement of the problem. Title of the research and statement of the problem are not same. Statement of the problem is nothing but an explanation of the stated goal and give direction to the research process. The next one is research objectives. I have already told you, whenever you are preparing the stating the research objectives, the research objectives should be what? Follow the SMART model. SMART model means it should be specific, measurable, achievable, result oriented, and time bound. And whenever you are stating the research objectives or statement of the objectives of the study, you should keep in mind these things. First, the objectives should be clear, specific, and precise. Simple words should be used. Don't use the pompous words, your ambiguity words. So stay away from any kind of the ambiguity, and use better to use the action words, next action verbs. Use the action verbs, not the non-action verbs. Okay. So actions verbs should be used while stating the research objective. Next is your research questions or hypothesis. In you can in research generally you use research questions or hypothesis. You can write both research question and hypothesis, but so far the you can say the descriptive research is concerned, quantitative research is concerned, we state the hypothesis and try to justify the hypothesis. And in so far the qualitative research is concerned, generally we use the research questions. So for your research also, formulate your research questions or hypothesis that you aim to address in your study, and this will lead to conduct the whole research process. Okay, research questions, the questions stated in your project, the research questions should be answered and a hypothesis should be tested or verified. Okay, next is your operational definition of the key terms or keywords. We can say here you have to operationalize the definitions of the keywords you used in the what the title you used in the objectives. So try to simplify the words according to your the intent of the object or objectives of the research. Next is the delimitation of the study. You have to delimitate your study. What is the areas or jurisdiction of the study? So you have to delimitate, because if the research is not larger one or there are no huge population sample of the study, etc. Whatever may be your research area of the research, scope of the research, you have to delimitate. And next one is methodology or design research. This is very important part, methodology or research design. Here you have to explain what is the nature of your research, whether it is your qualitative research or quantitative research, whether it is your historical research or descriptive research or experimental research, whether it is your longitudinal research or your cross-sectional research, whatever may be the nature of research, you have to mention here. Then what methods should be adopted for conducting the research, that should be also mentioned here clearly. Okay, besides you have to keep in mind what to be done here. You have to write down or clearly mention what will be your population of the study, what will be the sample of the study, what sampling methods will be adopted, how to select the sample, you have to mention that. And next is the very important thing, the data collection tools and procedure. What tools and techniques you will use for collecting the data for your research work, and how to collect, what tools will be used, and how to collect, what the procedure of data collection, you have to mention that. Next is the data analysis procedure, means that after collecting data, what techniques should be adopted for data analysis, whether you use the simple your statistical techniques or sophisticated statistical techniques, or you will explain that in a qualitative way, in a descriptive way, or you have to mention here what will be your the strategy or mechanism for data analysis. Then your data, there are the two type of the sources of data, your primary sources and secondary sources. Primary data means that is collected by you are the eyewitness of the primary data, and secondary data means existing database. Okay, so how to collect the data, what strategy will be adopted for collecting data, what methods will be used for the, what will be your research nature of the research, and how to analyze the data collected for research, you have to mention here clearly. And another very important step is that you have expected research or results or outcomes. And you have to mention here what you expect from the research study. The research proposal what you are preparing here for the future research. So what will be your expectation? What will be the research outcomes you have to make? And for the students as concerned, of course, the timeline budget is not necessary. But if you are doing the commercial research, if you are getting the funds from any organization, you have to mention the timeline, time. But it means that you have to mention what will be your duration of research, in which month you will conduct the prepare the review of literature, in which month you will develop your research tool, data collection, data analysis, report writing, etc. You have to give a time frame, that is called the timeline. Okay, time schedule, that is called the timeline, time schedule, and outline the key milestones and deadlines. Then budgetary provision, if it is someone you are is funding or some organization is funding, you have to give the budgetary provisions, what will be the estimate, the resource and funding required for your research. If applicable, you have to mention what is the budgetary provision. Then you will write the references, and the references should be written the APA style. Okay, follow the standard. You can say the reference will be in APA style. And appendix means that you can also mention the appendix here. Of course, in your research proposal, there no need of you are mentioning in the appendix. If you have any ready-made appendixes like your questionnaires or materials, etc., you can also give it. But remember to follow any specific formatting or submission guidelines provided by the institution or funding agency. If you are conducting the research, on the fund of the any your organization, so try to follow the particular, what we can say, try to follow the format given by the research agencies. Okay, so this is regarding the how to prepare research proposal or synopsis. Dear friends, if you have any difficulties and any problems, any questions, you can ask me through my YouTube channel. You can give the message, drop a message. I will try to answer all the questions. Thank you all. Thank you.